Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we are back with the Pirates coach, Coach Fadlu David. Coach, if you just can please give us a brief summary of the match from your perspective, having drawn at home against Baroka FC.
Yeah, good start. Dominating the game, creating chances, not getting really any chances against us. Maybe some set piece, some dangerous moments from Baroka side, but we have to go ahead. We have to go ahead 1-0. We have to go ahead 2-0. In the first half. The good thing was in the second half we continued. We camped in their half the entire second half. Not really able to get the goal, not really able to test the keeper enough, although we unlock them, although we create the moments to get behind the defense line, or we get in good situations where we can score. But yeah, I think tonight we could have played another 45, another 60. I don't think we would have scored it. It was one of those games where it was just not meant to be, where you get into the position, you unlock the team, but we couldn't score.
Evening, coach.
Evening.
Fidel from Frontrunner. I'm not sure if you've seen the replays with Kwame Pepra. He was fouled in the box. I want to hear your opinion. And at halftime, you subbed him for Mabasa. Was he injured? What was the thinking behind that sub? Thank you.
Yeah, I never saw the replay, but yeah, there was a couple of penalty shouts on our side. I think a handball as well, but I haven't really seen the replay. Didn't really have time to have a look at it. Yeah, Pepper did well in terms of getting into the position, did well by creating that focal point. But then the touch or the support really close to him was not really there. We thought at halftime for somebody slightly more mobile to give us both options, being the focal point, but also sneaking in their defense line in terms of them keeping their line, but sometimes you need the movement in behind as well. So we thought Mabasa brought that extra dimension to what Pepra will do. Hence the sub. We're happy with his performance. We're happy with his contribution so far. Yes, some opportunities maybe that he could have done better with, but it was just a tactical change, something different that we needed, more movement and giving us that focal point what Mabasa brought.
Good evening, Coach. Just a follow-up to that. With the benefit of hindsight now, looking at it, you took off Pepra, you took off Umtambo, and suddenly you couldn't penetrate Baroka as much as you did in the first half. Do you think that was the correct call? And secondly, if you cannot beat Baroka with such a performance, then who are you going to beat in this league?
Yeah, I think it's not in Tambo we took off halftime. It was Shandu, a little bit more in terms of the width, what we needed. His relationship with him, Tambo, on that side, they had it quite organized. We wanted to overload on that side. Yes, it was a game that, let's be honest, we should have won. Again, the moments, you can't fault the players in terms of creating the chance, in terms of the dominance, in terms of really putting them on the back foot and not getting anything against you. They had their few moments of the counter-attack situations, but yes, we know we should have done better today to be able to seal the victory. These moments in the first half, you have to take it. You have to open up the game because we play into their hands. They're the masters of the second half, Baroka, where you play ball in play, maybe 20 minutes, because there's always a player going down. We knew it was coming, always a player down. So they're the masters of wasting time and making the ball in play moments not your normal 30 minutes. A ball in play, but they bring it down to 20 minutes, and you don't get that extra time back. In the second half, we knew you don't get that momentum because there's a player down, the goalkeeper's down, they break the momentum. So they're really good at that. They're the masters of that. Previously with Chipizeze going down, today it was just any player on the pitch going down, breaking the momentum, getting a stretch on the pitch, and then you have to start again to be able to create the momentum.
Okay, I am Tamba Shabala Joseph from Sports. Coach, I just wanted to find something from you. When you sit and talk with Coach Mandla, the transfer window is coming. Where do you think Orlando Pirates lacks, and which players, are there any players rather that you have identified that you'd love to bring on board in the team if you guys still get to continue being co-coaches?
I think the transfer window will get some great signings and internally. If you take Pule being back, if you take Lodge being back, if you take Lepasa being back, if you take Ofori being back, let's be honest, Lepasa, Lodge, Pule. Lepasa, Lodge, Pule, that's our starting lineup, front three, and it's clear we're missing them. So those are the boost that we'll get in January with all our main players coming back. Mayela is back now, a starting lineup player, just getting his fitness, passing his minimal standards, starting, getting some minutes in the away leg in CAF. So more than really areas we need to strengthen. Our players will be full strength back, and that will give our especially our front movement. It's clear if you have Lepasa, Lodge, Pule, your front three, and any team, if they miss, if you take Liverpool, take out Salah, Mane, and Firmino, it's not going to have that fluidity in terms of scoring goals, in terms of really creating. So not really externally, but internally, our players coming back will give our squad a huge boost, having everybody available for the second round.
Thank you, Sister Andy. Coach, defensively, you must be very pleased. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is your third clean sheet. That combination of Olisanda and Nyauza, surely it's going to make it difficult for Tyson and Happy Jailer to come back. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, really, in terms of the defense. Clean sheets, but it doesn't start with the defense line. It starts really with our pressing structure, our number 9, our number 10s, our front three, to create that pressing structure that assists you to be able to keep them in their half, like tonight, not really getting a lot of shots on goal from Baroka side, and that is the pressing, the counter pressing to keep them in their half. We've got 7 games now in 20 days, so we need the whole squad. Yes, good that we're keeping clean sheets, but we know at the other area of the pitch is where we need to turn these clean sheets into wins. So clean sheet good, tick, really good in terms of the team performance, not only the defense line, but we know we have to do better in scoring goals.
Yeah, and then just coach, and on those 7 games that are left before the Christmas break, what are you looking at? Where would you wish for Pirates to be going to the Christmas break, and what do you plan to achieve with these games that are coming thick and fast in a way?
Yeah, I think you look far in terms of which games you have, but our immediate focus is always the next game, and that is always how we take it. In every game, we try to get 3 points. We try to get maximum points, and we know it's not really. Yes, in the last 2 matches, scoring 5 goals was really good. In our dominant phase, we were able to score and open up the game. So each game we try to improve in that area, working on this final third, having this non-verbal communication. If somebody's coming short, he wants the ball there. If somebody's making the run in behind, where to play this pass. So creating that fluidity in terms of having a consistent lineup is what we've tried recently. But and that's what we've got to look at. Each game of the 7 matches, we try to, yes, it's the CAF game on Sunday where we need to secure our place in the group stage. But each, the remaining 6 matches of the league, we want maximum points. Every game we approach, we try to win it, and that will be our approach going forward.
In the absence of any further questions for the coach, I think we've come to the conclusion of
Can I have the last bite, Tandy?
Didn't see any raised hands. Who am I speaking to?
I did.
Oh, okay. Apologies, boss. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. On Olisanda, coach, he seems to have this pass that he has. I won't say it's a clearance because it definitely goes to somebody up front. Is that something that in your technical planning? Are you in your tactical planning? Are you planning to use more often where he can just create those chances for you when you are, especially when you're under pressure, playing a team that has a high press, that he can relieve you with that pass, that just find somebody that can just do the job for you up front?
Yeah, Olisanda is fantastic how he's settled into the league from the league where he comes from. The pace is extremely high here in South Africa, and how he's settled. Yes, always after the game, he analyzes games to be able to where he can improve, how he can improve his positioning in terms of the defense, and how he can help us progress the ball through the lines. And yes, it's always out of the tactical side where we want to exploit the opponent, maybe behind the defense line or maybe between the lines in the number 10 position or maybe in the wide areas. And you need defenders being your playmakers, the first receivers in your build-up phase, and really has a pass, left foot, right foot, both equally strong. So he is able to play on the left-hand side or right-hand side of the central defense area. So is key for us in terms of progressing the ball into the next line, or like you said, seeing the pass, seeing the movement, really accurate in terms of his range of passing. So it's the positioning of our players to sometimes be between the lines, sometimes make runs behind the defense line into the half side space, outside to inside, whatever it is in terms of the tactical requirements on the day. But yeah, he's adapted well to be able to fit into our style of play, our principles, what we want to do with the ball and without the ball. So he can only get better. A huge talent. I think he's just getting better game by game, and it's our job to keep him grounded first of all, but to help him improve and fulfill his potential.
Thank you, Swans. I think on that note, we've reached the conclusion of our press conference. Once again, thank you for your time and participation. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.